the day, mate. It's not a problem. You wanna cuss, but yeah.
I'm just saying that it might slip out if I don't think about it.
Yeah, no, we're live now anyway, peeps. Yeah.
Okay.
Hello, gang. All right. Just close my door. That was a good start, wasn't it? Right. Yeah, it's been a while since we've been on. Personal lives and all of that lot. But with me tonight, we've got Dave from Model Maker Dave's Workshop.
Evening all.
We've got Bill, Sergeant Bones. We may get Vincent, we may get Reese, but obviously the guys have got personal lives as well, and they'll try and get back in as and when. So we've all been super busy, gents, haven't we?
Just a bit.
Yeah, Carl.
Definitely.
Hold up a minute. Tilt. Am I alone?
Yep.
What have we been up to anyway, guys? Yeah. I think people can see all three of us on screen anyway, can't they? This is StreamYard, by the way, because Hangouts on air has gone the way of the dodo, so you'll get to see all our mugs at the same time, rather than keep flipping between the two.
Aren't they lucky?
Yeah, we can go Brady Bunch if you want, where we're all parallel, but I'm a bit of a fat old fart, and I'm struggling. Yeah. Yeah, for the moment, I'll just drop all three there. So who wants to go first anyway?
I will.
Go on in.
I'm working outside of my comfort zone. I'm building British modern armor, if you can imagine that. Scorpion. It's a nice little.
Nice.
Yeah. I'll probably be done with it tomorrow, and then it'll just. But it's a nice kit. I'm doing it in honor of the Brits that traded rations and stuff with us during the Gulf War, which we were very grateful for.
Yeah. So is that going to be like period accurate, and super detailed?
Oh, yeah. Definitely. I unfortunately do not have any pictures of the original vehicle, because back then we didn't have phones with cameras.
Yeah.
The kit actually does have markings for a vehicle that was in the Gulf War. And their scouts just kept coming over to us and saying, hey, they just want to trade. And so we were like, yeah, sure. So it'll eventually be part of a diorama with 2 Humvees and an M1 and the Scorpion together. You'll see the soldiers trading basically for oranges and tea.
I was going to say, don't forget the tea bags, will you?
I swear, I will never figure out why the Brits always wanted chicken a la king from us.
If anyone out there knows, let us know.
Yes, I can't work that one out.
Spiddy's asking you, Sarge, is that a tank or some other type of armoured vehicle?
An armoured fighting vehicle.
Yeah, and Jamie's saying, it's
not a tank. Exactly, it's recon.
Yeah.
It's more of a scouting vehicle, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh, that's good, mate. So you've been keeping nice and busy, Bill?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, always.
Good man, mate. I'm going to pick on someone else now who's... Moments before we went live was sitting there staring at his printer like it was Bo Derek running down the beach in 10. Over to the silverback there.
I have mainly been doing stuff on the printer, although I am doing some figure work. I have put a small vignette together for figures. I don't know if that's going to come out for the people at home, but
oh yeah, I've got the tubes up and I can see it. So yeah,
that's what I've done so far. I'm still working on it. It's still work in progress. And the figures, I've only just started the base coats on. So,
and did you get any zaps from your static grass applicator?
This time around, no. I was a bit more careful.
Yeah.
But that's not to say that I might get zapped the next time I use it.
Yeah, they do smart a bit, don't they?
They smart quite a lot, actually.
Yeah.
Remember that I've put a 9-volt battery in mine, and yeah,
Oh yeah, you've gone for the Master Blaster, ain't you?
yeah, I've put an extra multitude more of zappability into it, and I tested it out on my finger, and yeah, it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't be doing that one again.
Because Vince has done that, hasn't he? He built one that is like nuclear powered, isn't it? It's like,
yeah, I think his one is even more powerful than mine.
yeah.
So yeah, so if he zapped himself on that, then well, bloody idiot.
If he zaps himself on that, mate, then he's going to have a haircut like mine, isn't he?
We can have none left. Yeah, so that's really it. Just boring bits of printer stuff, but yeah.
Yeah. It has been one of them, innit, where
Yeah,
we
well,
kind of got sidetracked with our new toys, didn't we? And
well, yeah, because there's this place called Thingiverse that is so addictive
yeah.
that it's difficult not to go there on an hourly basis.
Yeah, definitely. Chris is saying, why more power? Does it make it go faster? No, I think he's going to use it for mining Bitcoin, Chris, isn't he?
Yeah. or he's mining for something, but we're not entirely sure what.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
And
But,
and knowing Vince, he's not going to let on and let us know.
No. He's really sorry I couldn't be with you tonight, says Reese baby. He's out and about with his good lady friend having a weekend away, bless him. Not a problem, Reese. No worries at all.
Enjoy yourself, mate.
What's Spidey asking me? Understandable, Colin. I take it you've done the sitting and staring at it till you realised you've lost 3 hours. Yes, mate.
Yes.
I have been known to do that pose. I've worn the skin out on my elbow, mate, where I sit there going.
Yeah, it's when I transform from this sort of pose to that sort of pose, you know that I'm staring at my printer.
Yeah, I've gone down the Raspberry Pi route, as Spiddy probably knows. So I run an Octopi setup here because Sarge prompted me about Raspberry Pis a while back. And what that enables me to do, I've got a Pi cam and I can stream it. I can do time lapses. But also, if I'm watching the MotoGP or the F1 qualifying, I do have my phone resting up on the side there so I can look at the printer. And, because I'm sad. But it's distracted us from what we actually do this for, which is model making. So we're kind of having to return to our roots, aren't we, Dave?
Yeah, it's dragging yourself away. I'm actually sort of going to turn and face the camera a bit more so that I don't sort of keep looking at the bloody printer.
Well, Dave fell over earlier because he said you're all right, and I went, "Yeah, I'm fine." I said, "I haven't turned my printer on today."
Oh yeah, that's about the first time in what, 2 months?
Yeah. The lampposts outside suddenly they got a bit brighter.
Whereas the lampposts there have got a little bit dimmer because I'm using it all.
Yeah, Spiddy's on about the resin. If I remember rightly, I think he's got an Anycubic photon. I think it's is it a Creati Ender 3D printer as well? You got there, Spid. But yeah, with me with the resin, I'm a bit of a clumsy person with me shakes and twitches, and I've thrown paintbrushes out the window where I've twitched. And the fault of me with bottles of resin, I kind of know it would end badly. That's why I've gone down the filament route. And
yeah, puddles of resin everywhere in your man cave.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, it's a fair size room. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I get caught out with Mr. Surfacer because I can't really smell much. So I end up semi-stoned because I'm in an enclosed space with all of this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, baby.
Floating on the ceiling.
Yeah, that's when I start saying, oh, from a certain light, Dave, you do look a bit like Brad Pitt. That's when you need to start worrying.
That's when I start running.
Yeah, Spiddy's saying that the resin is a bit messy and smelly. I don't know what it's like cost-wise, you know. I mean, I do a print of something and it might work out or equate to about 40 pence, but I don't know what the cost of the resin equates to or whether it is cost effective. But maybe at a later date I might look at it, but I'm an accident waiting to happen at the best of times at the moment. So
no, I'm not going to go down the resin route on the grounds that I ain't got any room.
No, and I still think that there's someone else who's going to remain nameless that is really curious about the subject because his ears prick up.
Yeah, we're looking at him.
Very much so.
We're trying to tempt him into the dark side, and
Well,
feel free to donate a 3D printer too. Sergeant Bones at
seriously,
somewhere in
when
Germany.
you think about everything you can make with a 3D printer, as far as this hobby goes. Oops, lost a part. Oh, yeah. Hey, look at that. Beautiful. You know?
Yeah, wood filament as well.
Yeah. That's a classic example right there. Wow.
You know, Eddie the Head pot holder needs a bit of a paint job on it, but I'm going to end up getting all of that stuff out. But what have we all been up to in the chat anyway? We've got Bobbin, Osric, RJC, Spiddy, Chris's Engross Models.
Who's that?
I think he does a show during the week, isn't it? An evening with a gang.
That's that bourgeois guy who has no sense of taste, right?
It's the guy that sits there with the big long blowpipe in a smoking jacket. How do you do? Would you like to come and join me by the fire, young man? What? He has some homeless guy called Guru, whatever his name. He keeps coming in as well and creating havoc.
Turns up like a bad penny.
Yeah, Ickle Pete's in. Hello, Pete. How are you doing, my old mate? I had an email asking why I haven't done anything on the cat build for a while. Yeah, I've kind of been dealing with me 3D print and some other stuff, but I'm back on track now. So keep an eye out. It will be coming. There's part 2 of the big Rossi bike, the 1/4 scale bike. That's coming up on big tubes. And obviously there's going to be a bombardment of cat episodes coming up as well. So interesting box. Can you print dice too? Yes, you can, Chris. Nip over to Thingiverse, type in D&D dice. Yeah, interesting.
And you can also get D&D figures.
Yes, you certainly can. I got sent a beautiful set of dice by our German friend Vincent. So, I've got them, and I've got the little guys on my 3D printed figure painter, my miniature painter. Yeah. So can't think what else I was doing on there. I'm going to do the 3D scanning stuff as well. That's something we're going to work on, which is 3D scanning model parts like a left-hand drive dashboard and then mirroring it into a right-hand drive dashboard, printing it out, boom, job done.
And then putting it in said code.
Yes, Spid, it is a wood filament box with a paint job on it. The wood filament itself comes out looking like MDF. There's a little wooden speaker case for an Arduino speaker. So it comes out that colour and it's like an MDF texture. And then I go in and I start multiple layers of oils and stuff and put in wood grain lines. And so that's how I do that. But it's definitely worth getting. It smells a bit, but it's probably not as potent as the resin, mate. Chris is saying Hero Forge. Does anyone know what that is? Because I'm going to go.
I do.
No idea.
Yeah, I know what it is. It's just basically the same as Speed. It's a, you
Oh,
basically have big fantasy figures and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, well, yeah, no
I mean,
worries.
you can get, I'm not mistaken, Hero Forge does the, they'll do your figure for you, so to speak. Vince was talking about it once where,
oh, yeah.
remember he wanted to make a figure and it was going to cost him an arm and a leg?
Along the top of my browser, ain't I, as a bookmark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you can download the STL files. Kind of, you buy the STL file, or you can purchase a printed one. Yeah,
buy them. That's the important thing.
Yeah.
But who was it? I think Fox did one from Hero Forge 2 of himself.
Yeah, I think he did. Didn't he have that on the knackered old transit thing?
Yeah. I'm pretty sure he got that from Hero Forge 2. So
it used to be part of his logo, didn't it? As the banner on his page, if I remember way back.
Yeah, at one point, I think.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. But yeah, you can create your own figures and stuff like that. So yeah, I hadn't thought of that. I mean, I got mine off of the Fleabay. Couple of little dudes. Paint them up, and yeah. I wonder who encouraged me into that. Yeah,
I wonder.
There's the bloke looking away nervously. Yeah, he knows.
Hey? Not me.
But yeah, it's Osrix who's saying no gravy, some mayonnaise. So I take it that's what's in your belly, is it?
Or about to go in the belly.
I had some chicken, so I was quite pleased with that. What you got on your building agenda long term then, Dave? Are we going to start talking about things that may or may not be coming up?
What are we talking about things that go spinning round and round and round?
Yeah, you might want to sell that one, a little plan that you've come up with.
Well, we've got a little plan to do a, dare I say, a live buddy build.
Oh, right, yeah.
I do believe that yourself is going to be doing the Revell 124th Huey, along with our good friend Reese.
Yeah.
And I'm going to jump in with the Revell 135th.
Yes.
Huey.
Yeah, it's that.
I imagine the problems that you will have with your 124th will be scaled down and put on to the 135th.
Yeah, the 124 Huey is pretty much one of Revell's finest examples. I mean, there's a few of us that were on a bit of a one-man Revell crusade. I think Mark over at Sprue Surgeon was as well, where everyone was knocking Revell, so we grabbed a load of kits and tried to make something of them. My nemesis was the 124th Huey. And I've been threatening Reese with a buddy build for a couple of years now. And and Davey innocently went, oh, I might have to look for one of them. And it's like,
well, I did genuinely look for a 124th, but they're like as rare as hen's teeth.
Yeah, they're a bit unicorn tears. It's a bit like the pontoon bridge I showed you the other night that's going ridiculous money on the Fleabay, isn't it?
Was it? I think I found one that was going for £100, and I'm thinking, hang on a minute, it's just a bridge.
Yeah, it's like 4 bits of flat plastic.
Yeah, 4 bits of plastic, a couple of boats that sit it on, and some sidebars, and that's it. It's
a bit like the. I don't know whether I'm about to say the name wrong. So Sarja might ask him to. Do you remember the flying saucer that was recalled last year?
Oh, the Hamabu.
That's the one. The very one. They were going for silly money on the eBay, and then all of a sudden they was
340 euros. I saw one go for.
Yeah, and then suddenly they came back on the market.
Yeah.
think it was to do something in the instruction, wasn't it, where they made a correction so that people didn't actually think it was a real. There was an insinuation, wasn't there, that it was a real thing or whatever, and
Oh, they're leading people up the garden path, were they?
yeah, I think it just upset a few people to do with the Second World War and all of that, and something in the wording was a bit out, wasn't it?
The whole thing was that the description of the flying saucer on the side of the package implied that it could have been real. I mean, it's just a fantasy blurb, just like you'd find. Say you built a model of the Dragon Smog, and then you'd have the fantasy blurb of what it is. The same thing, but some German social scientist who all important and thinks he's so. Anyway, he complained about that and said it implied that the Germans had actually built one and successfully used it.
Yeah,
like Spidey's saying, exactly.
Yeah,
and it was ridiculous, You've got other things that, look at Star Wars kids. They've got a fantasy blurb on the side of it. But because it was related to German World War II, they just had to be, oh my God, oh my God.
Yeah. Spidey's saying dragons aren't real then. I don't know.
Basic
really?
concept,
Are you going to start telling me that unicorns aren't real?
No, they're not. Sorry.
Or elves, because I still think what's at the end of my bench is created by elves and fairies and witchcraft and voodoo. Isn't that right, Dave?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, something like that.
that I think you're right about that with that 3D printer. That's definitely got witchcraft in it.
It's definitely an interesting concept. I mean, I've not seen much on the resin side of thing other than a few YouTube videos, but I think they work upside down, don't they? Spit go where you dunk it in and then it pulls it out of the resin the other way around.
I've no idea. I've never seen one work.
Yeah, from what I gather anyway, I could be totally wrong, but I think the build plate is lowered into the resin and then it's ultraviolet light, I think, shines on it and it activates the resin and builds it up that way. But
yeah,
I'm sure he'll come back and let me know. But
sounds like even more witchcraft than what we've got here.
Oh, mate, witchcraft, voodoo, and tomfoolery, I reckon, mate. It's one of them, But yeah. So we've been having some bits and pieces going on in our modelling man caves. Trying to think what else I've been building, really. Done my Mad Max truck, started some more work on that.
Where's the box? Oh, the box is over there.
Old Spider's saying it's more expensive than filament, but they're different animals. PLA is perfect for structural. Resin's perfect for figures, considering you typically paint them hollowed about 2 mil thick. Because I tend to go over with a bit of surfacer.
Yeah.
Or a filler primer and give it a blast that way. So it seems to work for me, but
I think if you print a figure off at 0.1 and then give it a blast with Mr. Surfacer 1200, thinned down a little bit, I would have thought that would have been just about right.
Sounds like a plan, mate.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm just on Facebook at the moment, mate. So if you want to pad out a bit of time just for a sec.
Well, the other thing that I have started is this one. He says,
what have we got?
It's a helicopter.
Oh, that's sweet.
It's 1/72. It's by a company called KP Models. Never heard of it before. It's not a bad little kit. You just don't get any numbers for the parts on the sprue.
Yeah.
You have a sprue map.
Oh,
that you have to follow.
Wow.
That's
Which
different.
I'm trying to think who else does that. There's another manufacturer, isn't there, where you get the instructions, but not necessarily any numbers on the parts or anything like that.
Yeah, I can't think who it is. But to be fair, the actual detail on the side of the fuselage for the helicopter is very good, and
Yeah.
the panel lines are not like World War One trenches,
Yeah.
but it's all well defined, and the plastic is relatively smooth. So I'm going to have to do a bit more on it. I've done some painting, and I've kind of put the cockpit together.
Yeah.
Well, the cockpit inner, I should say. But that's about as much as I have done. I've created another little pilot on the end of my stick, because you don't get a pilot figure in it at all.
Oh, really?
Um,
So is that you whetting your appetite in anticipation of the beautiful Huey kit you're going to be doing?
Quite possibly. I thought I'd get a little bit of practice in first.
Yeah, because you do realise is that kit you've got there is going to go together beautifully and seamlessly, mate. That's nothing like the Huey you're going to be doing, mate.
I have a feeling that I might have to get a little box out and might have to make a donation to the box every time I swear.
Yeah, the Huey helicopter halves together is like trying to blue tack two opposing boomerangs together in a straight line. It ain't going to happen.
Oh, right, okay.
It's
I'm now beginning to think, what have I just dropped myself in for?
yeah, but then it's a bit like the Iron Maiden Ed Force 1747. It's a beautiful kit and goes together really, really well, Dave. And I think you should add that to your stash.
Really?
Would I lie to you, mate?
Can I reserve judgment on my answer?
Oh, mate, I've got one above me noggin, mate, and it went together beautifully, Dave. I didn't swear once.
Really?
You're not falling for it, are you?
No, I'm not. I'm not going to drop one on that one.
I think.
Well, let's see how I get on with the Revell Huey.
Yeah.
At 1/35th, and then if that goes together relatively smoothly, ish, maybe I might go for the Ed Force one.
Well, other than the Ed Force 1, I think probably the worst kit in my stash. Well, I've got two choices here. I've got the Revell Titanic. Yeah. But you watch Sarge's face. I've got the MPC Knight Rider 2000.
Oh, Jesus, God, no. I've been looking for freedom from this fucking kit.
Yeah. Yeah, you like that one, Sarge, don't you?
That thing's so horrible. Fuck. Yeah, no.
I do that as the Sergeant Bones, I hate this fucking car kit build.
I think we ought to have a whip round and buy him one.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
No. Anything but that. Seriously.
Yeah.
Anything.
And Sarge did say on a hangout that he wanted to learn electricity so he can do the scanner on it. So Christmas is coming.
Oh, dear God, what have I got myself into?
Yeah.
Probably about the same as what I've got myself into with this Revell 1/35th Huey.
Yeah. Actually, the 1/35th one isn't that bad. I built that in '86.
Yeah.
But the 1/24th one, no.
Oh, come on. I don't know what's wrong with you lot.
No.
Ah, Spidey, you legend, mate. Spidey's got the MPC Knight Rider. It's good then. Yeah, mate. Yeah. Dave, do you want to get one of them as well? We do a buddy build and we put a drag poor old.
Are we lining this up for another buddy build?
Yeah. Yeah. Poor old Spidey. Yeah, he says the 007 Nelly. Sprues had no numbers. It was great trying to figure out which bloody flash cover part was which. What's the worst kit you've had for flash, by the way?
Oh, I think it will have to go back to the Airfix, I think it was the 1974 or 75 re-release of the RAF emergency set. It was virtually covered in flash.
Yeah.
And it was a case of trying to work out what was flash and what was part, and how was I going to get the parts out of flash.
Yeah, I think probably one of mine, I think if I remember rightly, it was an old Matchbox kit.
I call that on mine too.
Yeah, and I think, yeah, Gross said he's Saturn 5 loads of flash. See, I did the 144 scale one of that. And I think I was pretty lucky with flash, but none of my rocket halves went together. They needed the hairdryer treatment. Yeah, I think mine was a Matchbox Wellington Bomber. I think that was 90% flash. It was almost cutting the kit from the flash rather than the sprue.
I think the Matchbox kits that I did, I didn't find any flash in them at all.
Oh wow!
But most of those would have been all of the military vehicles rather than the aircraft.
Oh right, yeah.
So unless they had different presses for doing that, I don't know.
It used to be a thing back then, though, in the early days of your building, didn't it? Where your challenge was to cut the car kit from the big block of flash that was around it.
Yeah, because I never thought of taking it back and getting another one, because I thought it was the same for everybody else. You know, what was in the box was what you had to get on with, and if it was covered in flash, well, then you got on with it. And if you got a kit that didn't have any flash on it, you're thinking, hang on, well, have I got a wrong kit here?
Yeah, I think I had it was either a Countach or a 280Z, where every window you had to cut all the flash out of it because it was really bad, you know.
Yeah, I've had that before on, oddly enough, Airfix. Airfix beginning of the 70s through to about 74, 75.
Yeah.
I found them to be loaded with flash.
Probably Friday kits, mate.
Yeah. And also you'd open up the box, because back then you didn't get everything in a poly bag. It was just in the box.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it would have all been bouncing around and rubbing together. So you had to be careful when you took stuff out, because it might fall off.
Well, it's like the kit chrome, innit? I really don't understand why kit manufacturers put it on there, because 90% of people I know dissolve it off anyway, because the minute you cut it off the sprue, you've got a big nub hole.
Yep.
You know, you're never going to...
And it's always in a prominent place.
Yeah, you know, it's like either slide mould them or undergate them, or, you know, just don't put bloody chrome on there.
Or just leave it to the modeler to do the chroming.
Yeah, Carl's in from Making Models. Evening, Carl. Hope you're all right, buddy.
Hello, mate.
Oddly enough, Colin, Italieri and Fugini have started doing slightly they've been doing slight modifications to the chrome on their, for example, their wheels. It's more of a satin look. Yeah. Looks more realistic.
Yeah.
And I had a Beetle from them that the chrome was, it looked like chrome, and it didn't look like, oh my God, you know, and it was all the bumpers were undergated.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Some companies do or have finally gotten hit, but I mean, hell, even Tamiya on the Monkey kit.
Yeah.
Right? The exhaust grill that goes over the back, you know, that chrome grill that goes over the back of the exhaust pipe. It has two blatantly obvious nub points on the top edge of it. You know? Yeah. Great. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, we're all in that quest for the perfect chrome finish, aren't we?
Yeah.
I mean, I've tried all kinds of Alcalads and Molotov chrome and all of that, you know, and it's I suppose it's what appeals to you, isn't it, as the builder? You know, there's more than one way to skin a cat at the end of the day.
Yeah, it all depends on what sort of finish you're looking for in the first place.
Yeah, the one thing I have got that I haven't really played with massively. Terry sent me a pot of Ushi Vander.
Oh yeah,
Ushi van der Austin.
That's the bloke. That's the very man. He sent me a pot of that and said, "Oh, try that on a kit." And I've never
um,
really got round to giving it a massive try out, but that is on the list to do. You know. So.
what was the one that Fox used when he was doing the Space 1999 transport thing on the engines? Oh God, I can't think of it. It was.
Oh yeah, that was a buffing powder as well, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
I've got some. I got some of that because I was
Chris is in the chat. He might know, but I think that and Ushi are a similar graphite-based thing, and I don't know, but I
And
haven't tried
I've bought some, and I found the box because I was having a bit of a tidy up, and I thought, oh, I've got some. Well, one day maybe I'll use it.
Yeah, yeah, but that's I've got a bike field that I'll probably do it on, just to give it a try out, you know, because I'm trying to think. I think he used it on a Peterbilt, if I remember rightly. But it looks good
Yeah.
stuff. I've never really had anything to hand to chrome up since, so it's on the list of things to do. Might do it on the what's his name? Samba bus.
Mhm.
You know where
The
the
Samba
front
bus
seat,
had a lot of, yeah, it had a lot of chrome on it anyway.
yeah, it's yeah. Do you know something? Yeah, I might have to use it on that and give it a go.
Well, you could do the whole Samba bus in chrome and have a chrome finished one.
Oh, yeah, there's a fault. Yeah. Yeah, that's got a fair bit of electricery going in that one. That's going to have LCD displays and all kinds of gubbins going on in there. So, yeah, looking forward to that one. Get that finished. But, yeah, I've not decided really, other than the Voyager, what my next builds are going to be.
Um,
You know, I mean, we've got the buddy build coming up in a while, haven't we? But
yeah.
I think for me, it's getting the cat, Mad Max, and the bike done to get me bench clear, and then I can. Now that I've done the Sergeant Bones Formula One build, now that now that that's finished, I caught someone out with that actually, and I was
Really?
mightily impressed. Yeah, he will remain nameless just in case he's watching because he's not very well at the moment. That narrows it down to who I mean. But I held it up, and he was like, "Oh yeah, beautiful McLaren MP4, blah blah blah." Really giving it large, and it was like, look closely at the car.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I look at Sarge's looking down because he steadfastly refuses. Yeah.
The only thing I can say is that you did a wonderful paint job,
Yeah.
and yeah, okay, it's still Marlboro sponsor, so it's okay, it's fine.
Yeah. But yeah, it's actually it's a Ferrari.
Yeah, I haven't got the Mercedes that I dressed up
Yeah,
to hand.
because,
It's over the other side of the room.
yeah, because Sarge is a very devout Tifosi
Oh yes. Yeah.
who loves his
First and
Ferrari
second place today in Spa. Beautiful.
for
That's
his love of all things Ferrari and Tifosi and all of that lot. I couldn't think of anything better than buying Nigel Mansell's Ferrari and painting it as a Marlboro McLaren with Ayrton Senna's name on it. Yeah. All I'll say is the insults in the off-air hangout were hilarious.
quite colorful too.
Very
They
colourful.
They were. Threats were being made to get on a ferry and come and bitch slap me all around the house. But, it's quite impressive.
I'm still contemplating it, you know.
Oh, I think you will in the new year. Don't you, Dave?
Sorry?
I think he will do in the new year, didn't you? Yeah, you know what I'm on about, don't you?
I'm not going there. I'm going to keep stum.
I'm
Yeah,
going to be quiet now.
yeah. Common Road Junction is asking, where's Reese? Reese is having a weekend away with his darling lady friend, Clarice.
Yes.
They've gone away for the weekend just to relax, chillax, and that. He's just changed job in the ambulance fraternity, should we say, and he's just recharging his batteries, and he'll be on the next time round. Jamie Bones got to go. Reese said hello, by the way, Jamie, the other day, and yeah, him and his pink rings are doing fine, mate. He's going to catch up with us on YouTube when the stream becomes a video. Yeah, happy days, mate.
Okay, mate.
But yeah, I don't know where he went. It's somewhere on the coast, but then he lives on the coast, so I'm like, yeah.
Thought he had work tonight.
No, he was. There was photos on Facebook of him and Clarice away. So,
Oh,
yeah.
Was it last week?
Unless, of course, he's got some kind of really bad illness and he's gone and told the boss that. And yeah,
Yeah. Well, I think he ought to keep stum.
yeah. I can always remember a bloke I worked with pulled a sickie and ended up putting all of his stuff. Oh, we've been joined by a guest. I'll just add you to the stream, mate.
Hello.
There you go, Chris Grove Models. Hello, mate. Thanks for popping in.
It looks better when there's 4 people on screen.
It does, doesn't it? It's been messing with my OCD, Chris. Cheers for coming in. Yeah, we had a guy that I used to work with who had phoned the boss. Oh, yeah, I'm really ill and all of this lot. And yeah, and then the boss found the New Year photographs he had taken of him on Facebook. And it was like, and there he is upside down underneath a keg of beer. Yeah, really didn't go down well. So how you been, Chris, anyway, mate? All right?
I've been good, yeah. It's the first time I've been a guest on one of these StreamYard things. It's a bit different.
I really like the software, mate. I like this. I like the ability to see all the people at the same time, and it's not jumping
from one to the others. People
they've both got their benefits, but
yeah. They are doing some updates, though, aren't they, this week?
They keep doing updates, yeah. Every week there's something new and improved on it.
Yeah, because I saw the video intros and outros, but there's you'd like a longer intro, a bit like StreamYard.
I've sort of figured out a way of doing that. So it takes a bit of tweaking, but you can do it by sharing the screen and switching between things. And
yeah,
I'm going to use StreamYard tomorrow for the Warhamster show. So I'm going to see if I can get the intro working on that and sort of test it out.
Yeah, I played with some in the studio yesterday, some short video intros for the Festa side of things. They seem to do what I wanted them to do, but they got to be really short and sweet, and you can't.
Yeah,
on a loop, can you? So
on the overlay thing, I think it's 30 seconds they let you have.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, look out for that, mate. What you got on your bench then, mate? Anything good, spectacular? Or?
Nothing much. I did the most recent thing was on the Warhamster thing. I did that last week.
Oh, that's nice.
Shouty Space Horse, the dragon thing.
Yeah.
Which I'm probably going to prime before the stream tomorrow, so I can do some more building and painting of it. Other than that, I'm still doing the decals on the Sazabi sitting there.
Yeah. And that's a pretty cool T-shirt you're rocking as well, there, isn't it?
Yeah, new T-shirt.
The Warhamster logo on it. Yeah.
And it's orange too. Gee, imagine that.
Who'd have thought?
Is there a significance to this that I've missed then? The orange.
All my Warhammer stuff seems to be orange.
You're a bit like Mike Mountain then with his red.
It sort of drifted that way. Yeah. The first Warhammer thing I did was the skiff thing, and I put orange sails on it just because I had some orange paint. I thought I'd put some orange sails on it. And then when I came to do the Taurox that Fox sent me, I didn't have any clue as to what I didn't want to do boring greens or blues or anything. So I thought I'd do orange. So I did.
Yeah.
And then the dragon obviously is going to have to be orange.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just sort of become the Warhammer colours.
You and Davey with a connection then, because his printer upgrades are all orange. So
definitely.
The filament I've got in my printer at the moment is orange.
Oh, is it?
That's been in there for ages. I haven't printed anything for a while.
Yeah, there's one part that's going to be going on at some point.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean it's got its perks in it, the 3D printing.
Yeah. I keep meaning to print things, but I'm still not at the stage where I'm comfortable leaving it alone.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty lucky here because I'm home anyway, so I can do it. But I've got the thing where I can view it on my phone. And
I might go down to that at some point. I might have
words it does make a difference, but it's that leaving it unattended, isn't it? I mean, you do think...
I mean, it's probably going to be perfectly all right, but I quite like my house. I don't want it to burn down.
Yeah. There have been a few incidences with some of the older printers, haven't there? And some of the self-build ones, whether or not some of the pre-made ones, I would have thought that they have a stricter quality control.
Well, yeah, but this one I did build myself, so...
Mm.
Yeah, a lot of it's probably user error, but, you know...
Yeah.
I must admit, I've set that off and I've gone out and done a few bits and just left it to get on with it.
Yeah, I mean, I did the Eddie pot, and that was a 17-hour print run, and I just went to bed, but like I say, my missus was up because we sort of, we were awake at different times really, so peace of mind, someone's about just in case, but it seems all right. I think it's like, say, keeping it well ventilated, but I have a fire extinguisher out here anyway, and it's one of those, I think a lot of people with man caves don't have a fire extinguisher, and when you think what we've got around the bench, quite a lot of flammables, isn't there?
Yeah, an awful lot of flammables when you think about it.
Yeah. And it's one of them. You sort of sit there and you think, do you know something? I'll do a fire extinguisher.
I've got a cup of water here. That might do it, but yeah.
I'll probably do getting one.
Yeah. Common Road Junction is asking, are they expensive? Well, I paid $280 for mine, so yeah, they are an investment. You can get them cheaper. You can get some of the ones where you basically buy the box of parts and put them all together. So I think they're ranging from about 150 quid onwards, aren't they now? Some of the lower.
Well, before I got that one, I was looking at ones that were somewhere between 100 and 150.
Yeah, so they are out there. You can get some bargains, but just check that what you're getting is, a decent quality of part, really, because like I say, you're generating a lot. That's what I've got, Carl, Anycubic Mega S 3D. And they generate a lot of heat. You need to be mindful of that. So
and of course the other thing you need to think about, Colin, I know you thought about this, but a lot of people don't, right? They don't look at the print area, how big they can print. They see
the build volume is crucial.
There's some out there I've seen for 110, right? But it's only got a print area of about 5 by 5. You don't print much with that.
Do a bit of. I mean, before I pulled the pin on mine, I did about a month of research at different printers and looking again at build volumes, and a lot of them, when you go into the specs, it'll have a build volume of 210 by 210 by 210 or whatever, and it just gives you an idea of what you can do. But with your slicing software and Tinkercad, you can dissect a print so you can print it in sections. So but yeah, Cole's looking at the same as what we've got, Dave, the Mega S 3Ds, and they're going for 255 at the moment, mate. It's what I've got. What Dave's got.
That's what I've got. I got mine as a warehouse deal at Amazon.
Yeah,
so have a look at that. You might get a bit of a bargain.
for them, the way I looked at it is it's open source, it's upgradable, you can reflash the firmware, you can chop and change it, add new bits to it as technology improves, and dare I say it, 8 bolts, 4 bolts each side, and I was printing within 15 minutes. So yeah, it's plug and play. It depends on what you want. Is the operative answer on that, but we're doing an upgrade, Carl. We're doing a show next Saturday, or is it the one in the end of October, Dave?
The end of October is the buddy build for the Huey, and the end of November is the printer upgrade job.
Oh yeah, well, we're just basically stripping them down live on air and adding all the new bits, Carl. So if you want to tune in for that, or come in and join us, even, mate, if you've got your Mega S by then, and just come in as a guest now and then and say hi. But it'll give you an idea. But do your research, mate, and it depends on what you want out of it as well. But you do get lines on the print, but you can go down to different thicknesses, but with a bit of deft sanding and some Mr. Surfacer or filler primer.
Yeah, and the probability is you're going to be looking at it at arm's length anyway, so by the time you've got that, you're not going to see the lines.
No, because like I say, you was into it early doors, Chris, weren't you? Pretty much before most of us.
I must have got mine probably nearly 2 years ago now. So
yeah,
I got it just before Christmas a couple of years back.
And
it's one that I built myself. It came as a box of bits and dodgy instructions. So
yeah. I mean, I started off with almost like a D'Agostini style thing, which was a 3D print and collect magazine.
I remember that. Yeah.
Each week you got a different bit. For one reason or another, I didn't can carry on with a subscription at the time, and then I thought, I must get round to finishing it, and I added up how much it would cost to get all the back issues, and I thought, I wonder whether I could just go out and get a printer now. And the one I looked at had 4 times the build volume area and that, and I'm like, do you know something? I might as well just get a new one.
I know someone that did do the part work thing. I think they bought it all cheap, like the 100 issues or whatever, and could never get it to work.
Yeah. I've got loads of spare stepper motors now, though, so happy days. Seen some good prints on it, down at 0.5 microns, and they look smooth as butter. Yeah, they are. You've also got a feature that not a lot of people know about in Cura, which is called ironing. And what that does is it lets the print head go over the piece, and it irons out the lines.
It's only the top layer, isn't it?
Yeah, top layer, and it will smooth them out. It's like bottom layers with concentric, and you can also do what's known as fuzzy skin. So if you've got something that you want to have a grippy texture to it, you put fuzzy skin on it, and it creates a textured surface around everything. Cool. So, and that's in Cura as well. So just go into your settings and have them all visible, and then when you scroll through it, you'll see all of these different options and play with them. That's all I do. Spidey saying, Chris, you was like a guinea pig. There's a theme here. Guinea pigs, hamsters. Yeah, bless him. There's a link, Spid, in the gross if you want to pop in and say hello, by the way, mate. Yeah, he's saying fuzzy skin is good for your hamster models as well. So.
Yeah. Oh, Colin.
Yes.
Car seats.
Yes. And dashboards.
No flocking needed.
Yeah, and dashboards and.
Yeah, no kidding.
Do you need some special alone time, Bill?
Yeah. Seriously.
I can mute your camera if you want, mate. Just turn your chair around, mate. We'll be all right. We'll just kill it.
There's another aspect that if you don't know about it, you never realize the potential of the 3D printer. And then when you start hearing what they can do, it's like, oh my God, I could do that. I could do that. I could do that.
Yeah, I mean,
imagination's the limit.
I mean, you think of it. If you wanted a car vinyl roof, you could just do a skin out, a fuzzy skin, and go that 70s retro look on a car of, yeah. Because I was thinking of making a fuzzy skin hat. So it looks like I've got hair.
Yeah, I will be interested. I know you were saying earlier about the 3D scanning side of things. I'll be interested to follow along on that because that's something I've looked at and not been able to get working properly.
Yeah, I've got this little gadget that I made, but I've also got another design that I'm going to do. My smartphone, I won't name the brand, but it has facial recognition. And you've got this little gadget.
All right.
And you can slide it on your phone. It turns it into a 3D scanner. But also I've got another one, which is a turntable that Davey sent me the link to. And you put your print on the turntable and there's like almost like a clock face with like 12 points on it. And you just turn it around a notch at the time while your phone is in the cradle taking the photographs. And it gives you like a photogrammetry effect that you then import into the software and then you can render. So, yeah, that's
talking about that, you can get a Bluetooth remote switch so that you can take your photograph without actually touching the phone, and so you don't get any vibration.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, see, now you've gone and done it.
That's something for me, you know?
Right, yeah.
I've got one somewhere, and I can't remember where I put it.
But it's like Chris's...
It works on both iOS and Android.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll have a look for that. Because I use Hedges, which is a piece of an app that you can get on the App Store for Apple devices. I'm not sure what the Android equivalent is called. It might be called Hedges. But that's what that scanner works with. It does basically like a 3D photogrammetry. But Chris, you got a Stream Deck, didn't you, for your live streaming? And I was going to put something on the Raspberry Pi, macro keys and things like that to enable it, you know. But that'll be something that I can then perhaps set up to remote 3D scan stuff as well. So.
Yeah, that should do it.
But that's what I want to get into because I've got a few dashboards and things that I want to convert to right-hand drive. And not only that, the ability to recreate if you've damaged a piece on a Sprue, you can 3D scan it and print a replacement. So. Making models is saying it's called a senior moment, Dave.
Senior moment?
Yeah.
It's always a senior moment.
Yeah. He's also just looked on the Amazon warehouse and seen one for $205. Now, not that I'm going to persuade you, Carl. Do it.
Do it. Do it now. Do it.
Slap it in your basket.
Yeah. Don't hesitate. Just do it.
Yeah. You're not going to regret it, mate. It's as simple as that, you know. But obviously, you know, Mrs. making models might be a bit thing. So just say your friends have convinced you.
You can print girly things as well. You can print flowers and stuff. And, yeah.
Oh, there you go, Chris. You could print her some 3D printed roses, see?
Oh, yes. In a very
I can't print a cup of tea for her.
No,
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would love it if we had the technology from Star Trek where you could just go, tea, Earl Grey, hot.
Oh, if only.
Oh, yeah, if only.
As for that remote release for the cameras, I've sent you the link, Colin.
Oh, cheers, mate. That is brilliant. Lovely. I'll have a look at that when I've finished because you know what I'm like. I'll end up forgetting we're doing a show and I'll be going, 3D printing stuff.
Although, can't you use just like a headphone plugged into the headphone and then press the button on that?
Yeah, I would have thought that would be a trigger. Yeah,
you can do that, but
it's not as gadgety, I admit, but you know.
It's Bluetooth, it's wireless, it's...
if it's Bluetooth or wireless, then it'll work on...
Quite probably.
Oh.
Quite probably.
So that's the next thing for you then, Chris, is it? Raspberry Pi?
I've always sort of been intrigued by it, but I've never got around to actually doing anything with it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's worth
yeah, I
doing.
mean, I've never been into lighting or sounds and stuff in my kits because it's not something that I'd ever use again. It's nice to do it, and all the kits got lights on it, and then you turn them off, and then you never turn them back on again.
Yeah, that's it. You know, you do go through a stage where you think, oh God, every kit's getting lit, you know, and all I do now is I do one build out of every genre that's a growl build, so to speak, and that'll have whatever lighting if it needs it or whatever.
Yeah,
and then that's it. I won't bother doing anymore.
Vincent's got like his whole shelf of display kits put up, and he's wired them all up together so he can flick a switch and all the lights come on all of them, I think. Isn't he?
Yeah.
Which is ideal if you've got a wall for displaying kits and things like that.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
It's not something that's ever worried me. So the whole Raspberry Pi and things like that, I always see as being the same sort of thing, but more so.
Yeah, it's just a variation, mate. You know, I mean, the Voyager I'm going to do is going to work off of a remote. So, because it's got stepper motors and things, and you'll just be able to go, thump, you know, and the nacelles will move. And then,
cool. But again, and obviously now you're going to print the remote into a com badge. You're going to 3D print off a com badge that you can just...
Yeah, you can get the com badges on Thingiverse. Not that I've looked.
No, not at all.
Because I still make the Star Trek noise when I walk through a door. I don't know why. I just do. Spiddy's not been helpful, by the way. He's saying to Carl, show her all the vases and Valentine's things you can print from Thingy.
Yeah, that's not nice.
Yeah.
That's going to tie him up for forever printing all that off.
Yeah, and also Spidey is saying he wants to light a motorbike kit. What, you mean like that one, Spid, that's got working indicators and headlights and
Hasn't got any handlebars though.
Yeah, it has. They're there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I just couldn't see them.
That works off of a chip that sits up in the petrol tank.
Oh, cool.
So, yeah, do it, Speed. Light a bike up. Yeah, that'll be my next real project. Will be the Voyager, and then the last one will be the Samba bus. Look forward to doing them. Works better on the 1/4 scale though, because I want to put audio in that, but I've not quite figured out how to do the revving on the engine. So.
Hey, Carl.
Yes,
I think
mate.
I'll do lighting on this.
Oh, hold up, mate.
Ain't much lights on it, thank God.
Yeah, but you're gonna be doing the MPC Night Rider 2000 car that we're buying.
No, never.
You are, because we're having a whip round to buy you that and an Arduino kit, Sarge.
No.
Yes, and you got to do a live build of it as well.
Forget it.
Davey, I could knock up a thumbnail and everything, couldn't I? As a nice little logo.
Yeah, and I mean, listen, you'll also get David Hasselhoff's CD with "I'm Looking for Freedom" on it too, right?
Oh yeah, he was from your neck of the woods, wasn't he? I bet you've got one of the replica jackets, ain't you? Or a lighting effect on it. You could make the jacket as well, Sarge. So you can wear it when you're building the car.
You know what? I would sooner fellas than I do a goddamn Knight Rider car. No.
If anyone in chat thinks that Sarge should build this Knight Rider 2000 car, feel free to add a comment on the YouTube. No. We can get a petition going here, and yeah, you know, I think that people should encourage it.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I reckon that. There you go. Look, the chat
three votes already. Yeah.
No.
You know, so
No.
there you go, Sarge. You know, I've Skullfish do it. See? Yeah.
No.
It's not a conspiracy at all, is it?
No. Although, you know, it's not that hard to make that little scanning bar.
Oh yeah, it's only a Larson scanner, isn't it? So yeah,
You've got to do the noise as well, though.
Yeah, it's got to sound like a Cylon Raider, exactly.
Yeah, no, the Cylon. Did the Cylons come first? I'm not sure what came
See, look
first.
at that,
Cylons
Dave.
or Night.
He even
I know what it
knows.
sounded like. I mean, come on, I grew up in that age. That was one of our favorite TV shows. Wow, the $6 Million Man, Knight Rider, the whole works, you know.
He's got the movement and the sound comes with art, hasn't he?
I think we could get you a David Hasselhoff wig to wear. You know, the nice perm and that, you know. And
you know what, Colin, it was bad enough when the wall fell over here in Germany to have to listen to him on every friggin' news channel singing that damn song, and the Germans all going, "Oh yeah, oh that's so cool."
So in this, I'll put this out to the chat. In this Christmas care package that the modelling community is going to do for Sarge, it's obviously going to have the car. Do we throw in a David Hasselhoff CD and making models is saying the budgie smugglers? So
although if you do, I need some more tet, you know. So
yeah, so the care package is looking good. Sarge running down the beach with his little plastic buoy under his arm.
No. Oh God! Now, you know, I won't be able to sleep tonight because of this. This is going in my mind's eye. This is
so excited about all the presents you're going to be getting. Yeah.
This is it. It's the excitement now. But you know, you're gonna.
Carl, I swear to God, Carl, the next time you're online, I am going to stick that back at you.
I know you are.
Smugglers.
Spidey says he's got the Hoff's autograph. A friend got him, so that can go in. Carl's saying we can print you one of the orange buoys to go under your arm.
I thought you meant the budgie smugglers. I was going to say that'd be uncomfortable.
Yeah. 3D printed budgie smugglers. You know.
No, that could get a bit crispy.
You can print in the soft filament though, can't you? You can get.
Yeah, you could.
Rubberized
filament. Yeah.
Guys are sick.
Yeah, it could be a bit of chappage going on, but
sick people. That's it. You're sick.
Yeah, but you just think you can have this set of speakers behind you with the Hoff playing, nice and loud, with your David Hasselhoff jacket on. You can plug it in on a USB so the jacket all lights up, and you go, "Oh, look at this car coming together, lads! Cool, I'm glad we're doing this live." Running your fingers through your Hasselhoff wig.
Sick. Sick.
How much is the ferry ticket, Bill?
That's what I'm checking right now.
Making models has come up with a good one there. We can get some spray on latex.
Oh.
Is that Carl volunteering to go and do the spraying as well?
Yeah, that's a good point there, Chris, isn't it? Yeah, Carl's got a spray.
Yeah, I think that, making models, well volunteered, mate.
Just as well Vincent ain't in, because I'm sure he would be giving Sarge some stick over this. Steve's in, by the way. Steve Beanie. Evening, mate. Hope you're feeling well, and hope you're doing all right with the weight loss program you're on, mate. You're doing well. Say hi back to him, bless him. So, you're right there, Sarge. You've gone very quiet.
He's screaming. You can see it because of the smoke coming out of his ears.
He is. Carl over at Making Models is saying he needs some currywurst, so he'll go. Oh dear! Oh, well done, mate. Steve Beanie there. He's on a free.
Hey, good for you, mate. Well done.
Oh, mate. Well done. So, well done, mate. You're doing all right, you know. And Steve won't mind me saying, you know, he's got diabetes and all. So obviously, doing weight loss is, you know, something you don't think of. So keep at it, mate. You'll do all right. Bless him. And by the way, Steve, if you haven't seen it, Sarge is doing the David Hasselhoff Night Ride build. that he wants us to join him with as a buddy build. And he's going to be wearing the jacket, the wig, and playing the Hasselhoff while building it. Are you in? Oh, bless him.
Fuck you all.
Oh, poor Fab.
I swear to God, this I will have my revenge.
Oh, I'm sure
I know you
You'll
will.
be screaming, bones, one of these days when I have my revenge, because revenge is a dish best served cold.
Oh, I know you will, because I'm sitting here with a couple of Ryefield kits, and I know you're itching for me to start them. And
Yeah, definitely.
I've a rod from my own back with them, but yeah.
Oh, those Ryefield kits that you have got are just very nice, very nice.
Mind you, though, they have done that rather beautiful looking Sherman, haven't they? That's yeah, you know. So.
Yeah, that Easy 8 with the way they did the tracks for it, fantastic. They're very easy to put together. What was it? Nigel's Model Making, I think, actually put a 1 hour 40-minute video of building the vehicle, and there's some engineering questions to it where you ask yourself, was that really such a bright idea for them to do it? But otherwise, the fit is fantastic. The tracks went together in a matter of minutes for him. So
yeah, Nigel, was he the guy that did the HK Lancaster? Is that the same guy? Yeah.
He's he also on the what is that Airfix 124th F4 Wildcat?
Oh, the Hellcat, is it?
A Hellcat, yeah. He made a recast of the engine, the parts of the engine. Really beautiful work.
Yeah.
Really impressive.
The same one that Nevbo's doing, isn't it?
I think so. Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
It is. Yeah. Steve's filing down micro motors at the moment. Oh, really? What are you building?
He's got some propellery things. I'm not sure what they're for. But.
Oh, what's he building?
Micro motors.
Yeah, because you've done the Shackleton, that's finished. So I wonder what he's got going on there then. Curiosity.
I'm going to drop back out again, guys, because I'm knackered.
No worries, mate. I mean, I'm only on for another 15 minutes anyway, mate. So no worries.
Enjoy the rest of it. I'll.
Thanks for popping in, Chris.
No worries.
Look, catch up with you tomorrow. Chris.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, that's nice of Chris to pop in there, mate.
Yeah.
A400M. What's one of those?
Oh, what's that?
A400M.
Think about it.
It's got to be a plane, isn't it?
Yep.
Well, it's an aircraft.
Airbus.
If I'm not mistaken, it's the transport plane, isn't it?
Oh, is it?
Yeah, Airbus A400M military transport.
Yeah, Airbus Atlas, yeah.
Yeah, the German Bundeswehr uses it. Beautiful plane.
Yeah.
Monster.
Yeah, I've got one plane left at the moment, which is that really beautiful Eurofighter Typhoon. Yeah, it's been.
How beautiful is that?
Sorry?
What scale is it? It's the 148th, isn't it?
Yeah, it's the 148th. It's been in every position on my stash shelf imaginable, and it keeps getting moved up and down. I will build it at some point. But yeah, I got that kit off of Allen up at Northwest Modeler. So yeah, I will build it because I did say to him I'd build it. So I'm sure he's got curious as to how I'm going to wreck it. So, and that's the one Vincent got me the Edward kit for. The
nice
intakes and all of that. So
yeah.
my first real foray into the world of large photo etch detailing. So
now, I think you said that wrong, Colin. It's more like large quantity of small photo etch details.
Steve Beanie's saying he's doing it in the RAF markings. Oh, that'll look nice,
Cool.
mate.
Oh, yeah. Very nice.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, got to be done, mate. Yeah, Osric saying, it's Airbus transport plane. So has that replaced the Hercules then? Is it that type of category of plane, is it? Or is it just...
Yes, no, kind of.
Yeah.
It's a question of size, you know. They still got Hercubirds flying all over the place here.
Yeah, it's whether or not there's a military application that can be utilised in it. I mean, yeah.
Well, the Hercules will have to be replaced at some point because it's getting so old now.
Well, yeah, it's coming to the end of its... I would have thought...
Well, it's had so many upgrades done on it. It's a bit like the Chinook. It's been upgraded so many times now.
Well, there's only so far they can go with it with variants, isn't there? Before they go, well, that's as much as we can get out of this particular plane. Now, let's go back to the drawing board and make the next generation
and start again. Yeah.
But then they said that about, was it the B-52? They said it about that, didn't they?
Yeah, and now there's pilots flying the exact same plane that their own fathers had flown beforehand.
Yeah, you know, but when you think of it, though, Phil, I mean, I can remember when I first saw one.
How was that, Carl?
Oh, that's my friendly moth that has been bugging me.
Oh.
And there it goes again. It's like it's got all this space, but no, it wants to buzz around me noggin. I think it's the shine off me head. See,
it just orientates him.
Yeah, I'll stick my hat on and get rid of the shine. Might leave it alone then. But it'd be interesting to see how they do it. But yeah, the B-52. I mean, what could they replace that with?
What?
What could they replace that with? The B-52. You know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know.
For bomb loadout, there isn't really anything that they can replace it with at the moment.
No.
It's like basically they had two B-1 bombers to equal the loadout of a B-52.
Yeah.
The only benefit you have with a B-1 or a B-2 is that they're faster.
Yeah.
But they can't carry the same load. It depends on tactical situation.
Yeah.
Look, for example, in the Gulf War, they had a bunch of B-52s flying constantly because air superiority was not a question. And they could carry heavy payloads and just let loose whenever they wanted to. They would have pulled B-1s or something like that for it. Would have been a waste of fuel for a limited amount of munitions.
I mean, that was the thing, wasn't it, with that operation, the Gulf War One. I mean, the fact that, you know, you could see it taking place on television, but that air superiority, you could just see the effect it had once it had been gained, and it was...
Now imagine me sitting there on the border between Saudi and Kuwait, watching the planes fly overhead and turn off their lights when they went across the border.
Wasn't you? Was it 1 and 2 you did, or was it just the one, Bill?
Just the one, just the first one. But I'd watch them flying overhead at night, right? They'd turn off their lights as they went over the border, and then way off in the distance, you'd start seeing flashes of light when they started letting loose with munitions.
Yeah. It stays on about the Vulcan bomber. I mean, do you remember them flying down to Ascension, Dave?
Oh, yeah. So awesome.
Wasn't it? And they would refuel at Ascension and blink, you know, and you're like...
Oh, was it? They sent them down to Ascension, and then they sent the old Vickers to go down with it. And they had, I think they had 20 or 21 Vickers for the refueling, because the refuelers were refueling the refuelers before it refueled the Vulcan as it went out.
Because it was the only plane that would have made the journey, wasn't it? And then they decommissioned it straight after. So.
Yeah. And the only trouble was that they was on the point of no return. They literally done a refuel. They got one more to go before they hit the target, and they realised that the Vulcan was actually using more fuel than they calculated that it was.
Well, yeah, it was pretty much getting there on fumes, wasn't it?
They got there, and it was the coming back to get to the first refuel back because they were virtually down to vapors.
Yeah, that's what Steve's saying. Only just made it to the Falklands.
As the refueling aircraft came out the clouds, so the lights were going on in the cockpit to say low fuel.
Yeah,
Ooh.
It was literally that close.
yeah. Because wasn't it one where they had one shot at getting where they needed to be because they just didn't have the ability to go back round and
Yeah, it was a one-shot deal.
yeah.
They sent 3 Vulcans to Ascension.
Yeah.
The one that was actually designated to do the bombing developed an air pressure problem around the cockpit glass, so they had to turn that one back, and the reserve had to take off.
Yeah.
The book is very interesting, and so is the Channel 4 program.
Yeah, someone did I know Guy Martin did the restoration thing, didn't he? But there was one, wasn't it the anniversary of the Falklands where they did a week of shows, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah, I remember it now, Steve. Yeah, one bomb
Yeah,
disabled the runway, wasn't it? And it was like
everything that was in the payload, it was one that actually did the damage, and the rest, I think, missed the target.
yeah, that's what he's just said. The others missed. Yeah, so it was a one-shot deal, mate.
Yeah,
no. Game changer.
One shot deal, and it was pulled off.
Yeah, just goes to show you, though. But I mean, I remember Gulf War One because I had a couple of friends out there, and seeing how that panned out, you're like, wow, the difference. It was one of them, wasn't it, where the technology suddenly becomes so apparent, where you could, the bomb was knocking on the door or going through the fucking letterbox type of thing, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, the Gulf War One, I was expecting my recall papers.
Oh, right, yeah. I mean, I can remember Storming Norman doing these press conferences and briefings, and that day's events would be shown, and you're like, that is just amazing.
Yeah.
You had one guy there doing some footage for Sky, and the cruise missile was just coming along the road, and you're like, fucking hell, unbelievable. Still civilians in it at the end of the day as well. It's but
that's the problem with wars.
Yeah,
it's not just the professionals who fight; everybody loses.
Absolutely, mate. Yeah, everyone loses, but hey, we're getting in depth now, aren't we?
Yeah, just a bit.
But anyone else in the chat got any questions or anything like that before we wrap up for the evening? There's anything people want to know or curious about, or whether or not
has Making Models ordered his 3D printer?
Oh yeah, Cole,
that's the question.
Have you added it to your wish list, or have you pulled the pin?
Yeah.
But keep us posted, mate. We're live next Saturday, by the way. Shameless plug. We're going to do a little update on the 3D printing for people that are asking about that. Had some really nice emails on that during the week regarding ideas for that sideline and things like little segments on how it's going to interact with the hobby that we all do. So we'll do little segments on diorama bits, Dave, won't we, where we've had different...
Yeah, I can't remember what I've done with my cobbled wall that I printed off, but I'll have a play around with that and see if I can develop that into looking something a bit more like a cobbled wall rather than...
Carl's got one in his basket now, the printer, and Sarge just said, do it, and he'll build the kit car if he does. Good on you, Bill.
Yeah, well done, Sarge.
All joking.
God's truth, right? Carl has got so much talent when it comes to making dioramas. If he gets one of these printers, it's just going to expand his horizon so much more.
Yeah. ping me during the week, Cole, about diorama stuff. I've got some STL files here that you might be interested in, things like ground scatter, oil drums, jerry cans, packing case, all kinds of weird shizzle. But Steve's asking, can you do a 12700 Falcon? There's something I'm going to be doing with Skullfish that I'll announce next Saturday on the 3D show. Might be worth pinging Skullfish an email, Steve. But yeah, you can do bigger stuff, but you just need to do it in sections, mate. But yeah, there's interesting stuff in the pipeline. But
Yeah,
well, I'm going to start wrapping up then. I'd like to say thanks for everyone in the chat for popping in. I know it was short notice, but you know, it's the first time a few of us have been able to get together long enough to actually do a show, because we've all had a lot going on. But now that we're reconvening, we'll hopefully start doing these more regular again. I'm not sure whether it'll be every 2 weeks or just one a month. We don't know yet. It depends, because Reese, Vincent and Dave work as well, so we need to bear that in mind. So I would just like to say cheers, Bill, for being a good sport tonight, mate, over the Hasselhoff stuff and that. You know, you took it on the chin, mate.
Hey,
props
before I forget, though,
mate.
You can tell, well, Steve can hear me, I'm sure. Yes, they do have a very small scale Millennium Falcon on Thingiverse.
Yes, also, Steve, if you go onto the YouTube and search Millennium Falcon time lapse, there's a time lapse video of one being 3D printed, like what I do on my channel, mate.
Ah.
So, Skullfish says, "Great show, guys." Yeah, cheers, mate. And I've got the files downloaded, and we'll announce that next week, and I'll start tying up with you as to a timeline, mate. But I'll sort it for you, mate. So I'd like to thank Sergeant Bones for coming in and joining us. Also, Dave over at Model Making Dave's workshop. And obviously me, Colin, down at Festa 67's workshop. We'll see you next week for the 3D show.
Oh, definitely.
And keep an eye on the tubes for any Sprue Crew shows in the next month. So thank you for watching.
See you later.
See you later.